Made myself a little muddled sweet potato leaf bourbon Amaro ginger cocktail. I'm not going to win any awards, but it'll do. So let's get to it. Hello there, everybody. It's McHugh's Views. I am McHugh, and it's been a while. So this episode, in this video, we're gonna look at that thing I teased you with in the last video right before I went bike packing up in the Boise foothills, and that was the little box that I shoved in the camera, and then I said, let's wait for another time. And that is my tent that I got. You did see it in that video, but now I'm gonna set it up and give my first impressions and just let you know kind of what I'm thinking about for my sleep system. So I'm going to go out in the yard, set it up. We'll see how long it takes me, because this will only be the second time I've actually put it together. All right, guys, here we are. We're going to take a look at the Tarptent Protrail Li. It's pretty compact. I want to say it's about 5 inches in diameter by about, I think I got it down to about 10 inches, maybe, yeah, around 10 inches. And you can use trekking poles for this. I mean, I think that's what it is if you're doing backpacking. Since I'm bike packing, I'm probably not going to be carrying trekking poles. So I bought the optional poles. There is a front pole, this is the back pole, and this is the front pole. So we'll see how that works. And then I'm just going to read off, because I don't have these memorized, some of the features that are with the Protrail Li. USA made Dyneema fabric for the ultimate in strength and weight savings. This is true because this thing is super light. Let's see. Fully taped and waterproof, 8,000 millimeter hydrostatic head pressure rating. I have no idea what that means. Rear storm flap opens and closes from inside. Interior never gets wet during entry, exit, setup, or takedown in storms. I have not put it up in a storm yet, so we will see how that works. Bug proof with abundant mesh netting and views and airflow. 4 views and airflow. Catenary ridge line for shape and performance. Highly adjustable and taut pitch for stormy weather. I can say I have used it in pretty windy weather. It's louder than a bugger, but it held up no problem. Generous vestibule for excellent gear storage space. Also, we will check that out. Easy entry exit. Pole can be offset and no front guy line needed. Reflective spectra cord guy lines. I guess so you don't trip over them at night when you have your headlamp on. Fast setup under 1.5 minutes from stuff sack to pitched. We will be testing that if I can actually get that done in 1.5 minutes. Tensioned internal mesh screen load lifters protects feet from contact with wall. I'm 6'3", so we will see how long and efficient this is in terms of dealing with someone of a little bit taller stature. Quick drying inside and out in minutes. That'll be good for when you're setting, wanting to pack this up quickly and not wanting it to be all wet in your bag. Small pack size, can fit horizontally into skinny packs. Obviously, I'm going to try to get my whole sleeping system, tent, sleeping pad, sleeping quilter bag, and any other little items associated with that, all in my front handlebar bag. That's my goal. And that's pretty much it for the most part as far as the features. So let's get to setting this bad boy up. There's no way I'm gonna do this in 1 minute and 30 seconds. So there you go, set up. And I would say I did it in about 3 minutes. All right, y'all, so that was a look at the setup of the Protrail Li from Tarptent. Now let's take a look at the inside and some of the features that go along with that. Obviously it's a small tent, so it might be tight in here, but hopefully you guys can see what's going on. And let's take a look. So this is me fully stretched out in the tent. You can see how much space is between my head and the front of the tent here. And I have, and pardon my nasty feet when I turn the camera here, but that's basically the space I have at the end. I would say that's a good 6 to 7 inches maybe to where my feet would touch the back wall. I'm not touching. But obviously with a quilt on and everything, that's gonna have some loft on it. Probably be touching at some point. I believe this tent will get some condensation. I mean, I read that on the reviews, but I believe it will dry out quickly. And I do believe the ventilation system on this is pretty good. If you can have the front open, you have a full mesh door, as well as the sides that are open, and it's mesh from basically the bathtub over to the wall. And I believe you can get some good airflow up through there to help dry out, as well as it's not open now, but there are two essentially little flaps on the back there that will open up again to allow airflow through the back when it's not, you know, pouring down rain. One cool thing about this tent are these little clasps that are magnetic that hold vestibule door shut. That's pretty cool. You have this little pocket on the side here to store wallet, whatever. Not that I'm gonna take a wallet, but you know, pocket knife, cell phone. And yeah, there's a generous amount of storage in here, I would say, for stuff on this along the sides, as well as the vestibule. I think we'll have enough space, pretty simple. So as far as head clearance, I can't really sit up anywhere but perhaps the very back without hitting my head. So I'm pretty much sitting up straight now. And again, I'm 6'3", so this shows you essentially the limitations of the height within here. But it feels pretty spacious for how small this tent is. This is kind of the spatial organization of it. And one thing I will say that I was concerned about originally when I set this up, it was hard ground where I was, so I couldn't really stake it very well. But I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to kind of move these poles to the side because they were fixed, as opposed to a trekking pole where you can adjust the height. These are fixed at the distance that they are. I think is 48 inches or 46, I can't remember. So yeah, so that's good news that I can, you know, figure out how to stake it so I can kind of have it offset for when ease of getting in and out of here. So there you go with that. So that was a quick look at the Protrail Li from Tarptent. And my first impressions are this is an extremely well-designed tent. I've only used it once out in the real world. When I say real world, like I've camped overnight once up in the Boise foothills, and it did really well for what I had it. It was very mild temperatures once I set it up. It was a 98-degree day, but at night, I want to say temperatures were in the high 60s, 70s, so it was super nice. Not humid at all, so there was no condensation issues, but I have heard that, you know, this tent might have it. It's a single wall tent essentially, or tarp. Anyway, I digress. So, first impressions, great design tent, and you get what you pay for, I think. This is not a cheap tent, but it's an extremely light tent. This thing, I think, weighs in with the stakes just about less than 17 ounces. So it's just over a pound with everything, pretty much. It supposedly packs down to about 14 inches by 4 inches. I can get it smaller in length, maybe a little bit bigger in diameter, so maybe a 10 by 5, something like that. The design features seem to be really just well thought out. So when I say a quality design, well-designed tent, I mean all the little attentions to detail, like how you can tension up the floor. It's like a bathtub floor. It's got where the storm flaps are. When you close the storm flaps, there's a little clip and loop that hold up the bathtub floor in the back. How you can place the poles and how simple it really is to set up. I want to say I did it probably in about 3 minutes. They claim 1.5 minutes, and again, that was only my second time setting it up. It's pretty quick. So yeah, I'm again looking forward to using this tent more when I get out on my little adventures. So thanks for watching, you guys. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and think about subscribing if you haven't. Give me a thumbs up if this video is informative and you liked it. I'd really appreciate that, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye.